You might look in this mirror and think, where did the time go? Your joints feel stiffer, your energy fades faster, and the spark you used to carry, it flickers by the end of the day. But what if I told you the number on your birth certificate doesn't have to match how your body or mind feels? What if youth wasn't lost, just buried under years of habits no one warned you about? In this video, you'll discover 6 powerful doctor-backed habits that can slow, stop, and even reverse the most frustrating parts of aging after 50. These are not trendy fads or expensive treatments. They're golden routines rooted in real science that work with your body, not against it, and most take just minutes a day. And the last one might feel so simple, you'll wonder why no one ever told you sooner. Let's start with habit number 6. Eat 1 cup of legumes 4 days a week. You've probably been told to eat more protein, especially after 50 when muscle starts to decline, bones lose density, and your metabolism slows down. But here's what most people don't realize. Animal protein isn't the only answer. And in some cases, it can even speed up inflammation in aging joints, blood vessels, and brain tissue. Legumes, like lentils, black beans, chickpeas, and navy beans, are nature's secret weapon for staying young. A study from the Journal of Gerontology found that older adults who regularly consumed legumes had significantly better physical function and a lower risk of death from all causes, including stroke, diabetes, and heart disease. Why? Because legumes do 3 things animal proteins don't. First, they deliver fiber, and lots of it. That means better digestion, more stable blood sugar, and lower cholesterol. Second, they feed your gut microbiome. Your gut is like the foundation of a house. If it's cracked, everything above it suffers. From mood swings and inflammation to immune weakness and poor energy, bad gut health can age you fast. And third, they give your muscles exactly what they need to rebuild, but without overloading your kidneys, which can happen with heavy animal-based diets. You don't need to overhaul your entire plate. Just 1 cup of cooked beans 4 times a week. Add them to soups, blend them into spreads, or swap half your meat for legumes in tacos or casseroles. And here's something powerful. In blue zones, the areas of the world where people live well past 100, legumes are the most common daily staple. They're affordable, easy to prepare, and deeply protective. So the next time someone tells you to eat more protein, think about how you're feeding your future. Are you building a body that lasts, or are you speeding up the breakdown? Now let's move to something you can do before bed without even changing your diet. Habit number 5. Stretch your calves before bed for 60 seconds. If you've ever woken up at 3 a.m. with your legs seized in a cramp, you know the pain feels like punishment, a Charlie horse that jolts you from sleep, leaving your muscles sore for hours afterward. But here's what most people don't realize. Those night cramps and tight muscles are often an early warning sign. They hint at poor circulation, magnesium imbalance, and restricted blood flow, issues that quietly accelerate aging. One of the easiest, most overlooked ways to protect your legs, heart, and even your brain is to stretch your calves for just 60 seconds before bed. That's it. Why the calves? Because your calves act like a second heart. Every time they contract and release, they pump blood upward against gravity. If your calves are tight, sedentary, or underused, this natural pump fails and your blood starts pooling in your lower legs. According to research published in the Journal of Physiology, just 1 week of calf stretching improved arterial function and reduced blood pressure in older adults. In simple terms, it made their arteries more flexible and responsive, which reduces stroke and heart risk. Imagine your arteries like garden hoses. When they're soft and elastic, water flows smoothly. But if the hoses are stiff or kinked, pressure builds and damage starts. That's what happens inside aging arteries. By stretching your calves, you're giving your blood vessels a break. You're also improving your sleep by reducing the chances of those painful leg spasms that keep so many seniors awake. Here's how. Stand facing a wall. Place your hands flat against it. Step 1 leg back and press your heel into the ground. Keep your back knee straight and bend your front knee slightly until you feel a gentle stretch in the back calf. Hold it for 30 seconds, then switch legs. That's it. No equipment, no gym, just 1 minute to wake up with lighter legs, smoother blood flow, and deeper sleep. Most people focus on stretching in the morning, but nighttime stretching may be even more powerful because it helps you enter sleep in a relaxed, parasympathetic state, also known as rest and digest mode. So if you're serious about reversing aging, protecting your heart, and getting better sleep, don't ignore your calves. These small muscles hold big secrets. Next up is something even smaller, but it might just be the key to clearer thinking after 50. Habit number 4. Use cold water therapy to reset inflammation and mitochondria. If there's one habit that sounds too simple to be powerful, it's splashing your face with cold water. But what if that tiny act was enough to lower inflammation, trigger fat loss, and switch your body into a rejuvenation state? Most people think of cold water as a way to wake up. But here's what they don't realize. For seniors over 50, brief cold exposure actually stimulates a survival response that repairs cells, reduces oxidative stress, and recharges your mitochondria, the tiny energy factories inside every cell. And it doesn't require ice baths or plunges. Even a 30-second cold rinse at the end of your shower or submerging your hands in a bowl of cold water activates the vagus nerve. This is the body's natural reset switch. It lowers heart rate, reduces stress hormones like cortisol, and increases parasympathetic activity, the body's rest and restore mode. In one study published in PLOS1, seniors who practiced brief cold water exposure reported higher energy, better sleep, and reduced symptoms of depression, all within a few weeks. Why does this work so well after 50? Because as we age, our mitochondria get sluggish. They don't produce energy the way they used to. You may feel that in your legs when you stand up too fast, or in your brain when your words don't come as quickly. Cold exposure gives your mitochondria a wake-up call. Like flicking a breaker on an old circuit, it tells your cells, we need energy now, let's rebuild. This doesn't mean you need to suffer through freezing showers. You can start with something as gentle as a cold splash on the face, running wrists under cold water for 30 seconds, a quick burst of cold water on your legs before stepping out of the shower. Each of these triggers a hormetic response, a small controlled stress that builds long-term resilience. It's the same reason exercise, fasting, or heat therapy can be so effective. They teach your body to adapt and grow stronger. And emotionally, cold water teaches something else. That discomfort isn't always danger. It reminds you that you're still adaptable, that your body can still recover, that you don't have to become fragile with age. Every cold splash is a quiet act of rebellion against decline, and when you follow it with one of the next habits, the results can be even more powerful, especially for your memory. Habit number 3, fast for 12 hours overnight to trigger cellular cleanup. You've probably heard about intermittent fasting by now, but most people think it's about weight loss or skipping meals. What they don't realize is that for people over 50, a simple 12-hour overnight fast can activate one of the most powerful anti-aging tools inside the human body. It's called autophagy. That literally means self-eating, but in a good way. During autophagy, your cells clean house. They remove damaged proteins, recycle waste, and even repair mitochondrial DNA, which is critical for energy, memory, and preventing disease as we age. Now here's the key. Autophagy doesn't happen when you're constantly digesting food. It kicks in when your body takes a break. And the easiest, most natural way to do that is by creating a 12-hour fasting window between your last meal at night and your first meal the next morning. For example, if you finish dinner at 7 p.m., you don't eat again until 7 a.m. That's it. No fancy diet, no starvation, just space. But for the aging body, that space means everything. According to a 2022 Harvard Medical School review, even moderate intermittent fasting supports better insulin sensitivity, reduced inflammation, lower blood pressure, and increased brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, the fertilizer that keeps your neurons sharp and flexible. In seniors, that's gold. Because what starts to go first as we age? Our memory, our clarity, our metabolism. But giving your digestive system a rest allows your body to shift its energy into repair instead of digestion. Think of your body like a cleaning crew. If food keeps coming in, the crew has to keep unpacking boxes. But if the deliveries stop for a few hours, they finally get a chance to sweep, scrub, and fix what's broken. And the effects are noticeable fast. Seniors who practice this habit often report reduced belly fat, better sleep quality, less joint pain in the morning, clearer thinking within days. There's a quiet strength in choosing to pause. It tells your body, we're safe, we're in control, we don't need to constantly chase the next bite. That message, repeated nightly, helps regulate your stress hormones, your hunger cues, and even your nighttime cravings. It's not a diet, it's a rhythm, a deeply human one that helps your body remember how to repair itself. And when paired with the next habit, that rhythm turns into resilience, especially for your brain. Habit number 2, stand up every 30 minutes to reactivate your circulation. If you're like most people over 50, you've probably been told to sit down and rest. Maybe by your doctor, maybe by your family, maybe because your body just feels tired. But here's what most people don't realize. The longer you sit, the more your body forgets how to move. And not just your muscles, your blood flow, your lymphatic system, your oxygen delivery, even your brain function, all of it starts to slow down. Like a stream that's dammed, everything starts to stagnate, and stagnation is the enemy of youth. According to the Mayo Clinic, prolonged sitting is directly linked to an increased risk of heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and premature death, even if you exercise later in the day. But here's the good news. The fix is simple, and it only takes a minute. Every 30 minutes, just stand up, shake out your legs, march in place, reach for the ceiling, roll your shoulders, swing your arms. You don't even have to leave the room. Why does this work? Because when you stand, gravity pulls blood down. Your heart has to work a little harder to push it back up. That mild effort retrains your vascular system. It keeps your veins elastic, your arteries responsive, your blood pressure balanced. In fact, researchers at the University of Texas found that seniors who broke up their sitting time with short movement sessions every half hour reduced blood sugar spikes by 58% and improved circulation to the brain by up to 20%. That's not just a number, that's the difference between foggy and clear, between fatigue and energy, between falls and balance. And the beauty of this habit is how doable it is. You don't need equipment, you don't need a gym, you don't even need a change of clothes. Set a reminder on your phone. Keep a sticky note on your coffee table. Make it automatic, because every time you stand, your body remembers that it's alive, that it's strong, that it still has momentum, and that message, repeated daily, becomes part of your identity. I'm not declining, I'm in motion. And that mindset opens the door to the next habit, one that rewires your brain from the inside out. Habit number 1, drink a large glass of water. Within 10 minutes of waking up, most people think the first thing your body craves in the morning is coffee. But for seniors, the real game changer is far simpler. It's water. But here's what most people don't realize. After a full night's sleep, your body isn't just low on rest, it's deeply dehydrated. You've gone 7 or 8 hours without a single sip. Your cells are like wilted flowers, your blood is thicker, and your brain is functioning in slow motion. And if you're over 50, your natural thirst response has already begun to decline. That means you may not even feel thirsty, but your body is still operating on a deficit. This is especially dangerous for seniors. Dehydration is one of the top causes of dizziness, fatigue, confusion, and falls. According to research from the National Institutes of Health, even mild dehydration can shrink brain tissue, impair concentration, and slow motor coordination, all critical factors in maintaining independence. So what's the fix? Start your day by drinking a large glass of water within 10 minutes of waking up. Not a sip, not a gulp, a full glass, around 12 to 16 ounces. This simple act has a ripple effect on your entire day. It kickstarts your metabolism, it flushes out toxins that have accumulated overnight. It rehydrates your spinal discs and muscles, making movement smoother and less stiff. And it begins rebalancing your blood volume so your heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump. Want to supercharge it? Add a tiny pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon. The salt helps your body absorb the water more efficiently. The lemon supports liver detox and gives you a gentle burst of vitamin C. But even plain water is a miracle when you've just woken up. This habit alone has helped countless seniors feel clearer, lighter, and more energized within minutes of rising. It's the first domino, and once that domino falls, everything else becomes easier. Hydration restores flow, and flow brings life. If you ask most people what it takes to stay young after 50, they'll throw out the big things. Intense workouts, extreme diets, supplements with names you can't pronounce. But here's what most people don't realize. It's not the once-a-week gym session that keeps you young, it's the quiet, almost invisible habit that happens in between. It's what researchers now call low-grade movement, and it could be the most overlooked secret to reversing aging naturally. Let me explain. According to a study published in JAMA Network Open, adults over 50 who spend more than 10 hours a day sitting increase their risk of premature death by nearly 50%, even if they exercise once a day. Why? Because sitting in long, uninterrupted chunks changes the way your blood flows, how your muscles behave, and how your brain functions. Think of your body like a garden hose. When you sit still for hours, it's like bending the hose. Blood flow slows. Nutrients can't get where they're needed. Waste products pile up. Over time, this kink in the hose damages everything, from your heart and brain to your muscles and joints. And worst of all, it creates a silent metabolic slowdown that kills energy and increases inflammation even if you're eating healthy. But here's the good news. You don't need to run a marathon to fix it. In fact, you don't even need a proper workout. You just need to build micro movements into your daily routine, small, natural moments of motion that keep your body humming along like it did decades ago. In one study from the American Journal of Preventive Medicine, researchers found that seniors who simply stood up and walked for 5 minutes every 30 minutes dramatically improved their blood sugar, circulation, and even mood compared to those who stayed seated all day. Another study showed that 2 minutes of light walking after each meal could lower blood sugar and insulin levels better than a single 30-minute walk at the end of the day. This is because movement isn't just about burning calories, it's about communication. When you move, even gently, your muscles release molecules called myokines. These are like messenger chemicals that tell your brain, your immune system, and your heart, everything's working, keep regenerating. But when you're still, your muscles go quiet. Your body interprets it as hibernation, not vitality. This is why seniors who move more, even just around the house, retain sharper memory, better balance, and more strength over time. So, what can you do? Every 30 minutes, stand up, stretch, walk to the sink, do 30 seconds of shoulder rolls, march in place while waiting for the microwave, do heel raises while brushing your teeth. It may seem insignificant, but these movements switch your cells back on. Over time, this creates a powerful internal signal that keeps inflammation low, blood flowing, and energy high. And when paired with other youthful habits like hydration, quality sleep, and a nutrient-dense diet, low-grade movement acts like the oil that keeps the engine young and smooth. Here's a powerful analogy. Imagine trying to keep an old car in pristine shape. You wouldn't just take it to the mechanic once a week and park it the rest of the time. You'd drive it regularly, gently. You'd let the oil circulate, keep the battery charged, and prevent the tires from warping. Your body is no different. Staying young isn't about intensity, it's about consistency. It's the 60 seconds of light movement you do every half hour that creates a hormonal and neurological cascade far more powerful than a single workout session. Most seniors fail not because they're lazy or weak. They fail because they've been taught the wrong story. They've been told aging is inevitable, that decline is automatic. But that's just not true. The truth is, your body wants to stay young. It's wired for renewal. It just needs the right signal. And sometimes that signal is as simple as standing up. So the next time you catch yourself sitting for more than 30 minutes, take it as a cue. Move, even just a little. Your joints will thank you, your brain will light up, and your future self will be stronger for it. Because youth isn't lost. It's lived. One small, consistent movement at a time. You don't need to chase youth. You just need to stop doing what makes you old. These 6 golden habits are simple, powerful, and proven to work with your body, not against it. You don't have to spend hours at the gym or follow extreme routines. You just have to choose small, consistent actions that build a younger, stronger you from the inside out. Because after 50, everything counts. How you sleep, what you eat, when you move. The choices you make today decide how sharp your mind stays tomorrow, how strong your legs feel next month, and whether you'll walk into your 80s with energy, clarity, and confidence. You now have the tools. The science is on your side. And the future? It's still wide open. Take one of these habits and start today. Then come back tomorrow and add another. If this video inspired you, like it, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. And tell us in the comments, which of these habits are you going to try first? Your answer might inspire someone else.